Have you ever wondered why, sometimes, even in the strongest relationships, disagreements seem to come out of nowhere? Or why, despite your efforts, the connection with your partner doesn't always feel as strong? In today's video, I'll reveal the secrets to strengthening your relationship and avoiding those conflicts that make everything more complicated. These are practical, real-life insights that will transform the way you see and experience your relationship. Stick with me until the end, because these tips could be the key to a more harmonious and lasting relationship. Let's get started. Effort is the foundation that supports any healthy relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, or family. Sometimes it may seem like things should flow naturally, but the truth is that lasting connections require dedication and attention. It's important to remember that in a relationship, both parties need to be willing to invest time, energy, and love. It's not just about grand gestures, but about small daily actions. A kind gesture, listening attentively, doing a favor without expecting anything in return. These ongoing efforts are what make a relationship deeper and more resilient in the face of challenges. Think about the relationships you consider exemplary. You can bet that the reason they are so strong is because each person involved puts in the effort to keep the bond strong. That means dealing with routines, the ups and downs, and knowing that the relationship won't always be easy. For instance, during a stressful period at work, the temptation to focus only on your own problems can be strong. But it's in those moments that effort stands out. A supportive message, a tight hug at the end of the day, an honest conversation about how you feel. These small acts of empathy and understanding have a big impact and show that you care enough to invest in the other person. Moreover, it's important that the effort is balanced. A relationship where only one side puts in the effort can create a sense of exhaustion and may lead to resentment. Both partners need to be committed and willing to collaborate so that the relationship can continue to grow. Mutual effort builds a foundation of trust, showing that each person is dedicated to the other's well-being and the overall success of the relationship. Finally, remember that effort is not something you do expecting something in return. Sometimes the reward comes in the form of a smile, a kind word, or a feeling of togetherness. It's an investment that, even when not immediately seen or recognized, shows in the strength of the relationship. For a relationship to evolve, both people need to understand that effort is ongoing and not just a phase. It's the foundation that turns simple moments into valuable memories and keeps love and friendship alive, even on the hardest days. Setting boundaries within a relationship is essential to ensure that both parties feel respected and understood. Many people may think that setting boundaries is a sign of building walls or creating distance, but in reality, it's a way to communicate your needs, wants, and values clearly. Boundaries are not just a way to protect your own well-being, but also to build a foundation of mutual respect and trust. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner has the habit of making plans without consulting you first. It might seem like a small thing, but over time, it can make you feel undervalued or overlooked. This is where it's important to have an honest, open conversation, explaining how it makes you feel and suggesting that, for both of you to be happier, it would be ideal to plan together. Boundaries, in this case, help maintain healthy communication where both of you can express your preferences and respect each other's wishes. Boundaries are also important for helping each person maintain a sense of identity. Often, when we feel very close to someone, the line between me and us can start to blur. Setting healthy boundaries is a way to maintain that balance. For example, one partner might need some alone time to recharge after a busy day, and that doesn't mean they don't care. It's a sign that they are taking care of themselves to be the best version of themselves when they're with you. Respecting boundaries also fosters trust, as it shows that each person is willing to listen and consider the other's needs. However, it's essential to remember that boundaries should be established in a way that both people feel heard and understood. It's not about having an us versus you mindset, but finding an us that is respectful and healthy. Sometimes, communicating about boundaries can be challenging, especially if it's a sensitive topic or if one of the partners struggles to express what they need. In these situations, empathetic dialogue and a willingness to listen without interrupting are key. Remember, setting boundaries is not a selfish act. It's an act of self-love and care for the relationship. They help prevent resentment, increase intimacy, and allow both people to feel secure in being their true selves. This is how relationships grow in a healthy way, allowing each person to flourish alongside the other and making the bond stronger and more fulfilling. Taking care of personal space is essential in any relationship. Often we think that for a relationship to be successful, we need to be together all the time, sharing every moment and every thought. However, the reality is that we all need moments of solitude to recharge, reflect on ourselves, and grow as individuals. Personal space doesn't mean you're pulling away or don't care about the other person. On the contrary, it's a way of respecting your own identity and allowing the other person to do the same. Think about how you feel after a long, tiring day. Sometimes, all you want is a moment alone to relax, watch something you enjoy, or just sit in silence. If your partner understands this and respects your space, it shows a level of maturity and respect that strengthens the relationship. This alone time is important because it allows you to recharge, process what's going on in your life, and take care of your mental and emotional health. When this is respected, you become better able to connect with the other person in a more meaningful way when you are together. But how do you find the balance between spending time together and apart? The key is communication. Talk to your partner about the importance of personal space and how it benefits both of you. For example, you could say, "I love spending time with you, but I also feel like I need some moments to myself, to do the things I enjoy or just relax. It helps me be more present and happy when we're together." By saying this, you're showing that this time apart isn't a distancing, but a way to keep the relationship healthy and balanced. Additionally, taking care of personal space also means supporting your partner in their individual activities and interests. Your partner might enjoy playing a sport or spending time with friends, while you might prefer more introspective moments. Respecting these moments of individuality is essential for both of you to feel free to be who you truly are, without fearing a loss of connection. If you notice that the need for space is causing tension in the relationship, it may be time to reassess expectations. It could be a matter of adjusting the way you share time together, so that both of you feel satisfied. Over time, you'll find that taking care of personal space not only helps each person grow as an individual, but also makes the relationship stronger and more rewarding, with moments spent together becoming even more special. Vulnerability is one of the most important pillars for the growth and depth of any relationship. It involves the willingness to open up, to show who you really are, with all your imperfections, fears, and uncertainties. While it can be scary and even uncomfortable, being vulnerable is essential for creating a genuine and lasting bond. It's like revealing your most intimate side, which requires trust, but it's exactly what allows the other person to understand and connect with who you truly are. Imagine you're afraid of failing at something important, like a new project or commitment. If you don't share this fear with your partner, you might end up dealing with it alone, which can lead to anxiety and distance. But if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and share your concerns, your partner can offer support, empathy, and even perspectives you hadn't considered. This exchange of emotions creates an environment of safety and mutual understanding, where both of you feel more connected and understood. Being vulnerable also means accepting that not everything will be perfect and that, at some point, you will make mistakes. And in a relationship, this is even more true. By acknowledging your own flaws and being honest about them, you're showing the other person that perfection isn't the expectation and that you're willing to grow and improve. This kind of honesty can inspire your partner to do the same, creating a cycle of mutual support and growth. However, vulnerability is not a one-way street. For it to work, both people need to be willing to open up and accept each other's vulnerability. If one partner shares something sensitive and the other responds with criticism or indifference, it can create barriers and make future attempts at vulnerability much harder. It's essential that when someone opens up, the response is one of empathy, understanding, and support. This way, the relationship can grow in trust and intimacy. The fear of being vulnerable often comes from the fear of being judged or hurt, but the truth is that this openness is what allows the relationship to deepen. When both people have the courage to show themselves fully, it's possible to form a connection that goes beyond the surface, creating a genuine and resilient bond. To cultivate vulnerability, start with small steps. Share your thoughts, feelings, and concerns, and be willing to listen to the other person with an open heart. Although the importance of personal space has already been addressed, we can't underestimate the value of spending quality time together in a relationship. This goes beyond simply being in the same room. It's about creating meaningful moments that strengthen the connection and keep the spark alive. Time spent together is the fuel that drives the relationship, keeping it healthy and exciting, and it's essential for the couple to continue growing together. When we talk about spending quality time, it's not just about quantity but quality. Sometimes people might see each other every day, but still feel that the connection is fading because the shared moments are superficial or distracted. On the other hand, an evening dedicated to an honest conversation, a relaxed dinner at home, or a fun activity together, like a walk or a game, can create lasting memories and strengthen the bonds. These are the moments when you truly connect and share experiences, laughter, and even challenges, building a repertoire of memories that help the relationship grow. The idea of spending time together also includes being present, both physically and mentally. In a world where technology and work can be so absorbing, it's easy to be physically next to your partner while mentally distant. To make sure your time together is meaningful, it's important to disconnect from distractions and be fully present. This means putting your phone away, setting aside worries, and truly dedicating yourself to the moment you're in. Not only does this make both of you feel more valued, but it also helps increase emotional intimacy. However, this doesn't mean that time together has to be filled with intense or planned activities. Sometimes just being in the same space, sharing a quiet afternoon, watching a movie, or even sitting silently next to each other while reading can be what you need to feel close. These moments of simplicity are equally important because they show that you value each other's company, no matter what's happening. Also, it's important to keep in mind that quality time together should be balanced with moments of personal space. It's not about being together 24/7, but about making each moment together special and meaningful. It's this quality that makes the difference and keeps the relationship healthy. To cultivate this, try creating traditions or rituals like a weekly dinner, a park walk on Sundays, or a family game night. These moments help create a solid foundation where partnership is strengthened and both people feel part of something bigger. Taking responsibility in a relationship is one of the greatest signs of maturity and respect. This means recognizing and accepting that your actions, words, and even omissions impact the other person. Instead of blaming your partner or circumstances for difficulties, responsibility involves looking at yourself and considering what you can do to resolve the situation in a healthy way. This attitude not only fosters trust, but also helps prevent unnecessary conflicts and strengthens the partnership. Think of a common situation where you have a disagreement with your partner because of a communication breakdown. Instead of pointing fingers and saying, "You didn't understand me," or "It's your fault," taking responsibility would mean saying something like, "I realized I didn't express myself clearly. I'll try to explain it better so we can understand each other." This kind of approach shows empathy, a willingness to resolve the issue, and recognition that you're both on the same team. Taking responsibility also means acknowledging when you make a mistake or do something that hurts the other person. It can be difficult to admit that you were wrong or that your actions had a negative impact, but this is essential for the growth of the relationship. For example, if you forgot an important commitment for your partner, taking responsibility and sincerely apologizing can help rebuild trust and show that you value the relationship enough to make changes. Furthermore, taking responsibility means not only recognizing mistakes but also taking steps to do better next time. This might involve talking about what you learned and how you plan to act differently in the future. For instance, if you know you tend to get stressed and reactive in certain situations, taking responsibility means acknowledging that reaction and looking for ways to handle it more constructively, such as practicing deep breathing or pausing before responding. It's important to remember that taking responsibility is not the same as overloading yourself with guilt or beating yourself up. Everyone makes mistakes, and the key is how you respond to them. In a healthy relationship, both people should be willing to take responsibility for their actions and support their partner in doing the same. This behavior creates an environment of respect, where blame is replaced by solutions and trust is built solidly. Ultimately, taking responsibility is an essential step for resolving conflicts in a constructive way. It demonstrates maturity and respect for the other person, helping to build a relationship based on honesty and empathy. When both partners practice this mindset, the relationship becomes a safe space where mistakes can be addressed in a healthy manner and love and partnership continue to thrive. Appreciating each other and expressing gratitude are practices that are often underestimated, but have a profound and lasting impact on a relationship. It's easy to get caught up in daily routines and start focusing only on challenges, but taking time to recognize and value your partner's qualities and shared moments makes all the difference. Mutual appreciation not only makes both partners feel valued, but also strengthens the bond between them and fosters an atmosphere of love and respect. Think about the small gestures that can make someone's day better. A smile, a genuine compliment, a word of encouragement, or even a simple thank you for something your partner did. Often we believe that the other person already knows how important they are to us, so we don't see the need to express it. However, words of gratitude and recognition help keep the feeling alive that we are seen and appreciated. This not only warms the heart, but also motivates the person to continue investing in the relationship. Mutual appreciation also involves recognizing the little things that your partner does that might go unnoticed, like preparing a meal, helping with a task, or simply being present during difficult times. It's important to remember that everyone has a unique way of expressing love and affection, and recognizing that is part of what strengthens the connection. Sometimes you might notice that your partner shows love through actions rather than words. Appreciating this and recognizing the importance of each gesture is a way to create a culture of gratitude in the relationship. Moreover, it's essential that appreciation is genuine. Forced or insincere compliments can come off as empty and even harm trust. Therefore, when expressing gratitude, try to be specific and sincere. For example, instead of just saying, "Thank you for being here," you could say, "I really appreciate how you supported me today. It made a big difference for me." This shows that you're paying attention and recognizing the other person's efforts in detail. The practice of mutual appreciation also helps reduce the tendency to focus on criticism and negative aspects. When you get used to looking at your partner's qualities and achievements, it becomes easier to balance acknowledging areas for improvement with valuing what's going well. An environment where gratitude is part of the routine is an environment where love grows and partnership strengthens. Finally, don't underestimate the power of showing appreciation in creative and unexpected ways, like leaving a sweet note, preparing a special breakfast, or planning a surprise that shows how much you value the other person. These gestures may seem simple, but they leave a lasting impression and make both partners feel loved and important. Personal growth is an essential part of any healthy relationship. Many people believe that in order to maintain a happy relationship, you need to focus solely on the other person. But in reality, it's crucial for each person to continue developing individually. Personal growth not only strengthens each partner's self-esteem and confidence, but also brings new perspectives, interests, and experiences to the relationship, enriching the couple's dynamic. In a relationship, it can be easy to fall into a routine and start losing sight of who you are as an individual. However, by investing in yourself, whether through studies, hobbies, travel, or activities that you're passionate about, you not only become a happier and more fulfilled version of yourself, but also bring that into the relationship. For instance, if you decide to learn a new skill or revisit an old passion, this can open up new conversations and shared interests between you and your partner, promoting connection and mutual respect. Personal growth also helps you deal with relationship challenges in a healthier way. When you're in a place of balance and self-acceptance, it's easier to listen and respond to your partner with empathy and calm, instead of reacting defensively or emotionally. Additionally, emotional self-sufficiency, gained through personal growth, makes you less reliant on your partner for feeling complete, allowing the relationship to be based on a true partnership where both contribute to each other's well-being without placing the responsibility for your happiness on just one person. To promote personal growth within a relationship, it's important to have your partner's support. This means celebrating each other's achievements, encouraging individual interests, and giving each other space to pursue their own passions and goals. If your partner starts a new project or explores a new passion, be willing to support and encourage them, even if it means spending a bit more time apart. This support not only makes the person feel valued, but also demonstrates a level of maturity and trust that only strengthens the relationship. At the same time, personal growth doesn't mean pulling away from the relationship or neglecting time together. It's important to find a balance between investing in yourself and investing in the relationship. For example, you could set aside one night a week to do something you love, while also creating special, quality moments with your partner to maintain the connection. The most important thing to remember is that a healthy relationship is made up of two people who are growing and evolving together, but are also continuing to develop as individuals. This kind of balance not only keeps the relationship fresh and exciting, but also promotes deep respect for each person's journey. When both partners grow personally, the relationship becomes richer, with a solid foundation of respect, love, and understanding. In a relationship, It's natural for fears and insecurities to arise as we open up to another person. These fears can stem from past experiences, personal insecurities, or even patterns of behavior we've developed over time. However, recognizing and confronting these fears is an essential step to creating a deep and lasting connection with your partner. Overcoming fears and defenses helps build a relationship where vulnerability is accepted and trust is strengthened. Fears can manifest in different ways. Fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, fear of getting hurt, or even fear of losing independence. When we don't face these fears, they can lead to defensive behaviors such as building emotional walls, avoiding difficult conversations, or overreacting to small conflicts. These behaviors can create distance and misunderstandings, making it harder to build a healthy relationship. Overcoming these defenses begins with self-discovery and the willingness to open up to your partner. For example, if you're afraid of being vulnerable because you were hurt in a past relationship, it's important to acknowledge that fear and talk to your partner about it. By explaining your insecurities in an honest and open way, you allow your partner to better understand your feelings and offer support. This kind of communication can help dispel fears and create an environment where both partners feel safe to be themselves. It's important to remember that overcoming fears doesn't happen overnight. It's an ongoing and often challenging process. For this to happen, it's necessary to create a safe and welcoming space where vulnerability is seen as a strength, not a weakness. Mutual trust is the foundation of this process. The more you and your partner trust each other, the easier it is to face challenges and fears together. Another way to overcome fears and emotional barriers is to focus on small steps. Instead of trying to open your heart all at once, start by sharing smaller parts of yourself, such as thoughts, feelings, and experiences that might not be as difficult to reveal. Over time, as trust grows, you'll be able to share deeper and more meaningful things. This gradual approach helps create a strong foundation and builds the ability to face and overcome fears in a healthy way. Empathy also plays a crucial role in this process. By listening to your partner and trying to understand their concerns without judgment, you help create a space where both of you feel accepted for who you are. When both partners are willing to work on their own emotional barriers and support each other, it builds a stronger and more genuine connection. Overcoming fears and emotional barriers not only makes the relationship more intimate, but also helps both partners grow as individuals. It allows you to feel more free to be authentic, experience life, and support each other through difficult times. It's a journey that takes courage but rewards you with a deeper bond and a partnership where both can fully be themselves. Pride and ego can seriously damage a relationship, leading to unnecessary conflicts and distance. To maintain a healthy relationship, it's essential to put these feelings aside and focus on the harmony of the couple. This means recognizing when we're wrong, admitting our flaws, and listening to our partner with empathy, rather than insisting on always being right. Practicing humility and empathy helps create an environment where both partners feel safe to express themselves and resolve misunderstandings constructively. When pride and ego are set aside, the relationship becomes stronger, built on understanding and love. Showing your partner that they are important is essential for strengthening the bond and keeping the emotional connection alive. Small acts of affection, words of appreciation, and displays of love are powerful ways to make the other person feel valued. This goes beyond special occasions or celebrations. It's about the everyday moments, where small actions show that you care and value their presence in your life. The importance of recognizing your partner lies in seeing what they bring to the relationship, whether it's support, a sense of humor, ideas, or simply their way of being. This means making an effort to acknowledge and express how much you appreciate their company, qualities, and contributions. For example, instead of just reacting to the challenges of the day, take moments to express gratitude, such as saying, "I love spending time with you," or "I'm grateful for always having you by my side." Additionally, showing that you recognize your partner's importance helps build trust and emotional security. When both partners feel appreciated and recognized, the relationship becomes more balanced and less prone to misunderstandings. These gestures help maintain mutual feelings of value, making both partners feel like an important part of the relationship. Showing appreciation doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It could be as simple as a note left in their bag, a spontaneous hug, a sweet message, or even preparing a special meal to show that you've thought of them. What matters is that these gestures are genuine and sincere, because authenticity is what truly conveys the message that the other person is significant to you. Finally, recognizing your partner's importance goes beyond acts of affection and kind words. It also means being present during difficult times and supporting them on their journey. Showing that you are a source of strength and support solidifies the foundation of the relationship and demonstrates that you're committed to their well-being and happiness. I hope these insights have helped you reflect on how to build healthier, more meaningful relationships. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And of course, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I love reading what you have to say and interacting with you. Until the next video.